Welcome to another episode of Kookievision. In this video, I'm going to be making some chocolate kisses. Now I've actually chosen to use 3 different colors for this project, but you can use any colors that you wish. For the first one, I'm using this nice pink color, and to get this pink color, I've used 2 colors. I've used a half and half mix of Chef Master Fuchsia and Neon Bright Pink. So to start out, I have this pink as a piping consistency in a piping bag fitted with a number 2 tip, and I've outlined the entire kiss. And now I'm flooding it in with a flooding consistency of this color that I have in a squeeze bottle fitted with a number 4 tip, and you can use a regular squeeze bottle for this as well. And then I'll just use my scribe tool here, aka my wiggle stick, as one viewer has called it. I thought that was pretty funny, to get all the icing towards the edges and pop any air bubbles. Next, I'm using this very light pink color, which you can get using any sort of pink color, just a very, very small dab of it, mixed with a little bit of white. And I'm using a piping consistency with a number 2 tip to outline and a flooding consistency to fill it in, again with a number 4 tip and a coupler. Again, you can use a regular squeeze bottle as well if you don't have a coupler attachment. Next, I'm using a lavender color, which I've gotten using a touch of violet with a little bit of white food coloring. And if you don't have white food coloring, that's okay. I just find that it makes my pastel colors a little bit more opaque, a little bit more muted. If you don't have any, that's fine. It's totally personal preference. You can leave it out. You can still get perfectly pastel colors without it. And again, we're doing a piping consistency with a number 2 tip for the outline and a flooding consistency in a squeeze bottle for the filling in. Now I've let these kisses crust over for about 20 minutes or so, and now I'm doing the tags. So I've got a white piping consistency royal icing here fitted with a number 2 tip, and I'm just outlining the tags and filling them in with a flooding consistency that I have here in a squeeze bottle. And again, I'll just use my scribe tool to get all the icing towards the edges and pop any air bubbles. So for this next step, you want a nice dry cookie, so ideally about 6 to 8 hours or overnight. And what you need to do is use the piping consistency that you use to outline the cookie, the same color, and you just squeeze a little bit onto the cookie. And we're going to use a round, clean brush for this, and we're just going to stipple the cookie and create lots of texture. And this is going to create what you would see as the foil on the outside of the kiss. And you can leave it as is at this point, or you can add a little bit of sparkle. And I'm using something called a dust pump, and this is one of those must-have things, I think, for cookie decorating. It's a very, very cheap. I got this for just $2 actually. And you fill it with luster dust, and you don't have to mix it with anything. And I'm using a 100% edible luster dust, and I filled it with a Roxy and Rich hybrid sparkle dust in Super Pearl, and you just give it a little spritz at your cookie, and it adheres to a wet or dry icing, which is super handy, and it gives your cookies a little bit of sparkle. And you can see how this brush texturing is such a small little detail, but yet it's so effective at adding so much texture to the final cookie, and it really does end up looking like a lot like foil. And here's a little bit of a close-up of the texturing as well as a little bit of the sparkle that you can get from the dust pump. And the dust pump is a really great way to get a little bit of sparkle without having to invest in something like a airbrush set. And finally, I'm using an edible ink food pen to put my message onto the tag, and Rainbow Dust and Chef Master make really good pens for this. I'm using a Rainbow Dust one here in black, and I'm just putting XOX for kisses, hugs, kisses on here, and you can put anything you like actually. And just remember, when writing the messages on your cookies, do wait that 6 to 8 hours or overnight for that cookie to dry, because the tip of your marker will go through the icing if it's not thoroughly dried first. And there we have a simple chocolate kiss for Valentine's Day. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like me on Facebook and on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to me here on YouTube for more upcoming videos. Bye!